We are live from the World Center of Racing. This is the Daytona International Speedway, where tonight the stars of the Jawb Racing League head into battle. It is 250 miles of action tonight to kick off season number 16 here in the Jawb Racing League. We're excited to have you here on BRN once again for what is looking forward to being, hopefully, another exciting season of racing on Tuesday nights. Dawson Allen on the call here with you here tonight by myself, going it solo. My colleague Enrique Kugelan will be in the show tonight. He'll be racing for a chance at glory. This racetrack has produced so many moments here, just alone in the few seasons we've had it on BRN. Since back in season 10, we've had a lot of hectic races, a lot of chaotic finishes, and overall a lot of different winners. We have not had a repeat winner at Daytona yet in the entirety of this league's history, but we have some drivers that are making attempts at it here tonight. Drivers like your current pole sitter for this race, that'll be Bridger Olson. He'll be starting from position number 1 in tonight's race in the number 2 machine. He'll see if he can be the one to snap that dry spell and go out and win this race for the second time and go back to back. We'll see what he can do, if he can make that work tonight. There's also a winner from 2 seasons ago, that being the number 1 of Dane Cruz. He heads into this race tonight looking for his second win in this event. And then you've also got Jeffrey Armistead in the number 14 machine. He looks for his second career win and will be his second victory at this racetrack. But it all comes up tonight as we get ready to go racing here in the iRacing.Funny 250. So we got a little bit of time left before this race gets going. A lot of drivers just turning some extra laps, getting some warm-up in before the race is officially underway. Just their last-minute practice before they get going here in the big show. So we're excited to have you here tonight with us on BRN. Thank you for choosing to spend your Tuesday nights with us. And as we watch this field practice for the final 7 minutes and 37 seconds, we get ready for some racing. Dylan Parker is up here on the racetrack right now. We're following the number 3 machine, currently scored as the 5th fastest car on the track right now. Dylan Parker is also a former winner of this race, but you would have to go all the way back, and I mean all the way back to season number 3 was when he found victory lane here at Daytona, and it was also the first time in his career that he scored the victory at Daytona. He scored his first career victory in that race as well, so he's looking to see if he can do it again here tonight and become a multi-time winner of this event. Of course, everybody wants to be the one to say they were the first to win multiple races here at Daytona, but as of right now, no one's been able to claim that crown. It has not yet happened. We got a lot of drivers that are looking forward to trying to do it tonight. A lot of fast drivers on this field ready to do it here. So we'll see what all happens, but it's all down to chance, really. There's no guarantees. You can't tell anything from this race, really, from practice, from the duels last week. There's nothing to really go off of when you get into a super speedway race, because they all race so different. It's all different from the top to the bottom. Nothing is the same. So we'll see how everything pans out when the race gets going. When we get the green flag, and the field is all packed together in a full field of at least 43 at the maximum, I should say. When we go racing and take the green flag here tonight. We'll see how it shakes out, because the 2 duels last week wasn't full fields. There was 22 and 23, I think, for those dual splits. So you didn't have a full field of 40-plus cars coming around the track and racing, turning laps. Oh, got some cars wrecking here in practice, just kind of turning some final laps here and getting that last little bit of feel of this draft before we go racing. We're talking about Jeffrey Armistead, mentioned him. A former winner here back in season 11. He was one of the 8 drivers to score their first career victory here at Daytona. That is over 50% for all you math nerds out there that love to keep stats like I do. 50%, over 50% of the races run at Daytona were won by a first-time winner. Tonight could be the same, where we could see somebody just picking up another victory. We could see somebody picking up their second victory here at this racetrack. There's no telling. But if there's anybody I think that's definitely a betting favorite to come out here, to get their second win at Daytona, to be the first to break that trend, I'd be hard-pressed to pick against the driver number 1, Dane Cruz. He is bad fast at this racetrack every time we come here. He always finds his way to the front no matter what he does. Dane is definitely one to watch in this field tonight. He's starting a little bit deeper in the field because of having to qualify in the duels, but he is definitely somebody to watch out for in this field here tonight, watching that one machine, seeing how he can do. But of course, we had two drivers that won races last week to kick off this season. Unofficial race wins, obviously, but they are still race wins in their hearts. Of course, the first one, Madeline Roten in the 58 machine, last season failed to qualify for this race. She attempted to qualify in, didn't make it. Tonight, she comes in a duel winner, winning the duel in a hectic last lap. The field wrecking and the seas parting for her to get through in the number 58 machine to take the checkered flag and to walk away with starting position number 3 in tonight's event. We'll see how she does rolling off from the third place spot here tonight. And then, of course, duel number 2 last week. Late stint. I hate that I'm blanking on who won that duel. It wasn't as hectic. It was a little more calm at the end. Someone held off. I want to say... I can't remember who. I hate that I can't remember who. I should have had this written up and good to go. I think it was Christian Pacheco. I think. Could be wrong. I very much am... I don't know. I can't find where it was for some reason. Well, we had it set up and saved, but apparently we didn't. So... let's see. So as we get ready to roll here tonight, laps being turned, getting ready to go racing. The field will be led by this man here, the winner of last season's race at Daytona. It was a breakthrough season for Bridger Olson last season. Season 15 was big for him. He got his first win since season 9 at this race at Daytona to kick off season 15. It was a very big win, very emotional in a way for him too. You know, it's been so long since he found victory lane, finally breaking through and getting a win, especially at a race like this, was huge for him, and it was huge momentum as well. 2 weeks later, he would follow that up with a win at Phoenix, and then, of course, he would have a win later in the season at Atlanta when we got into the chase. So he looks to build upon that success from last season, his best career season by far. He looks to build on that here. He starts off on the right foot, starting off with a pole position at Daytona. He can't really start any better than that, except maybe winning the duel, but, you know, is what it is. So Bridger looks to see if he can defend that crown tonight. He'll start from the pole and lead us to the green while doing so. The guy that was around is outside. Starting alongside him is going to be the driver, the number 53, Bryson Bird. You know, we've usually seen the drivers from Circumference Ultimate Motorsports bring out some bad fast machines to that qualifying session, and it's usually been Jeffrey Armistead. Past 3 seasons before this one, he was on the front row, whether it was on the pole or it was outside pole. He was on the front row. This season, he didn't qualify well, had to race in through the duel. But Bryson Bird took that second place starting spot. He'll be starting tonight on the outside of row number 1. Looking forward to seeing how Bryson can do, searching his first career win in the number 53 machine. Just trying to look through some other drivers here tonight to shout out before we get rolling. How about Matthew Chastain in the number 12 car? We'll pan it back to him. He's getting ready to roll off here in tonight's race. Number 12 machine. He's been around for a while here in the Slide Job Racing League, and he comes back again for once another event here at Daytona. We'll see how he shakes out after these 40 few seconds tick off the clock and we get ready to go racing. We got a lot of drivers that have had a lot of success on super speedways, and they're ready to showcase their efforts here tonight in what is the biggest race of the season to kick it off in season number 16, with just 26 seconds ready to tick off this clock. We will go racing, we'll go green, and we will see, after 250 miles, who is your season 16 iRacing.Funny 250 winner. Lots of drivers returning, of course, from past seasons, from whether it was just last season where they were competing, or whether it was a couple seasons ago when the last time they showed up, or if they've been showing up on a part-time basis. And then we've also got a lot of new faces here in the Slide Job Racing League. Tuesday night racing, we'll see how this all pans out. A lot of guys and gals ready to go racing, ready to do battle, and ready to win at Daytona. Checkered flag falls. Matt Steiner, Jace Lafort, William Martin, Jaden Hopp, and Storm Patterson were your top 5, but top 5 in practice doesn't translate to top 5 in the finishing results. It all shakes out to how you do in this race. The sun starts to set, the field starts to get on the grid, and we're ready to go through your starting lineup for tonight's race here at Daytona. So let's do it. Starting on that pole position, it is Bridger Olson and Bryson Bird, the front row. They were the fastest cars in their qualifying efforts, so they start the front row together. It's Madeline Roten, your winner of duel number 1. She'll be starting out inside of row 2. Jeffrey Armistead was not the duel winner. He was the runner-up finisher in duel 1, so I don't know if the setup got put in right because Jeffrey was in duel 1 and lost to Madeline Roten, so I'm not sure if the set got put together right. We'll figure it out. But you can see here that it's got Joaquin Stewart, Austin J. McGill in row 3, Keith Calhoun, Jace Lafort in row 4, Ben back for Jaden Hopp in row 5, then Alan Hunt, Matthew Chastain together in row 6, Ricky Kukul and Tyler Watermullen, they're together in row 7. Row 8 is William Martin and Dylan Parker. Row number 9 sees Robert Lukens and Noah Hibb, and then it is Jake Gumier and Sam Ballard rounding out the top 20. Christopher Bassinger and Matt Steiner together in row number 11. Row 12 is Gavin Austin and Coleman Elmore. You got Derek Newsom and Blaine Sparling together in row 13. Dane Cruz, Yusef Ghali, then Jared Wilson, Davey Hendricks round out the top 30. Then you've got the 93 of Nick Bingham with Tanner Bykowski, Christian Delgado and Brett Bennett together in row number 17. Jacob Locklear, Nick Wheeler, Storm Patterson, Zach Probst, and then Zachary Tyler rounds out your field right now of 39 cars. Like I said, I think that's going to get shaken up because that very much was the top names were the ones that were in duel number 1, so I don't think they got everything set up properly. I don't know. I don't know why Armistead shuffled up to the outside lane of row 1, but he is. I guess we're going to roll with it, so we are going to go with how this field is lined up right now. This season, very different from last season in the sense that new leadership, new series runners, people that are taking control of the reins, all different. We've had some guys shuffle out. They're running a different league now, I believe. No longer racing with us here in the Slide Job Racing League, but that's okay. We march forward and continue on racing here on Tuesday nights. And tonight kicks off a new season of racing here in Daytona. Bridger Olson looking to continue that success from last season, looking to roll it over here into season 16. And he wants to start with a win and going back-to-back here at Daytona. Bryson Bird on his outside wants to claim his first checkered flag, as does Madeline Roten in the 58 car, or Joaquin Stewart making his first start here in the Slide Job Racing League, looking to take his first career win and his first career start. You got Jeffrey Armistead right there on the outside. He's a winner of this race back in season number 11. He wants to see if he can take home another checkered flag at Daytona. And then Austin J. McGill. He is a driver that has raced here before in the Slide Job Racing League. He took a little bit of hiatus. He had disappeared for a couple seasons. Stopped running with us here on Tuesday nights. And he has come back. I wouldn't say come back home, but he has come back to racing with us here. So we're excited to have him back. Excited to see that 21 machine back out there on track, ready to go racing once again. And ready to see what he can do against this field. Field pacing, one final lap down the backstretch here as they make their way around this 2.5 mile oval track. It's 250 miles of racing, 100 laps is what it translates to for these drivers to take on tonight here at Daytona. Mentioned it, last season's winner is your pole sitter, Bridger Olson. Bryson Bird on his outside. Madeline Roten was the winner in Duel 1. Duel 2 was won by Christian Pacheco, who I do not believe is here tonight. So he will not be racing for the win. But we still have 39 drivers that are roaring and ready to go racing here at the World Center of Racing. I just got back from this track in real life. The Rolex 24 Hours Daytona ran here over the past weekend. It's definitely a lot of fun, but it's fun to be back in the virtual booth, watching these drivers get ready to go racing. The pace car dives off the field in the hands of Bridger Olson. For the first time in season 16, the green flag is going to fly. We're racing at Daytona. Lap number 1 going to be led by Bryson Bird, pushed by Jeffrey Armistead there. They jumped down to the inside line of the backstretch to lead lap number 1, but coming hard on the outside lane. Here comes Austin J. McGill in the 21 car with Jace Lafort pushing as they go to make it a battle for the race lead once more up on top. McGill with a push from the 92, trying to charge the outside lane and make it work outside the 53 Bryson Bird. McGill kind of was clear, doesn't pull down. He now is not even with Bryson, if not maybe a little bit behind Bryson on the exit of turn number 4, but looking to get the push on the momentum on the outside lane, heading to the finish line here. McGill has the run down the front stretch. He'll lead lap number 2 with help from Jace Lafort in the 92 and Jaden Hopp in the 13 machine as they head back towards turn number 1. McGill dives down to the inside lane. Now Lafort left to lead the top side with Jaden Hopp in tow. Jaden Hopp, a two-time winner last season, a good breakout rookie season for the 13. Changing over numbers and looking to see if they can make a better charge at a championship. That's definitely a driver to watch, though. Jaden Hopp, 2 wins last season, looking for some more, especially win at Daytona. Why not add their name to the list of winners here at this racetrack? New names to the series, leading this outside lane as they make their way down the front stretch, heading back towards the triangle outside lane, trying to lead the line this time. Lafort can't get clear just quite yet. McGill still holds strong, holds court at the front of this field right now as they make their way down into turn number 1, passing the lap. That, I believe, Jake Lumiere in the 87. Indeed it is. I don't know why he got black flag, but he has silver black flag, so he's back on track. I think Alex has issues. He is currently out of the car in 38th place, 3 laps down. Not sure if he'll return, but he is currently out for the time being as they head down for getting an advantage here. Just barely. But now McGill charging back on the bottom lane. Once again, a drag race down the front stretch towards the start-finish line. Lafort with help from Hopp. McGill with help from Bird. And this is going to be the kind of thing we see tonight, is that outside lane really gets a run down the straightaways. It's the corners where that inside line, the inside lane. Oh, you see McGill jump to the outside lane. Hopp moves down a little bit. They stay lined up. McGill just trying to block the run, I guess, there. Shakes things up a little bit. Gets everybody a little ruffled further back. See 3 wide action already here. Watermelon shuffled outside. Gavin Austin now coming through the middle lane. The 6 car trying to push forward through this field already in the early goings of this race. Right behind him there you see the 18 of Christopher Bassinger. Another driver returning after a long absence here from the Slide Job Racing. That shovels 2 cars out. 2 cars that are coming to the back. Now just 1 car stuck on the outside. The car is Tyler Watermelon in the 69 car. He is stuck on the outside lane, continuing to drop back in the wall right now. Everybody just trying to get low and take evasive action to miss him as they all shuffle him back. One of them now comes all the way back. The plummeting stops at 28th right now. It looks like they might settle him in here. He might get shuffled even further back as he continues to fall through the rankings. People up front, clear for the race lead for now. Jason LaForte is. Does he pull down? He will. Very, very tight window to pull down. He gets back in front of the hill. And now that leaves Jaden Hop, their outside lane leader, as they head back towards the tri-oval now. Everybody trying to get, oh, LaForte, shovel to the inside lane, gonna pull back up. Just barely clear to get back up top. But for now, LaForte has the race lead. Bit of a dangerous situation there. Trying to get back up on the track, especially. It's only lap 7, so nobody's really pushing hard. Everybody's kind of giving a little bit of break. It happens like that. They're not really too aggressive on pushing, forcing the issue. But if this was with 5 to go, there would be no lifting, and there would be no giving an easy little pass back on line. So we're lucky there. McGill trying to go high. He is trying to get back around this 92 and lead this line. He does not want to play second fiddle right now. They continue on towards the stripe. See Jaden Hop trying to charge to the front with a push on the back by Matthew Chastain, number 12 machine. His full party collectibles on board camera. Watching Chastain, a seasoned veteran here in the Slide Job Racing League, trying to be on the back over the 13, a push in the inside lane from Austin J. McGill. Gets the 92, a little bit of a run. But here comes Hop now to the outside lane, going for the race lead. Here at Daytona down the back, side by side, 13 has the advantage. Entering turn 3, third lane trying to form up here. 2 cars down the outside lane. It's Dylan Parker, and I believe the 8 car should be the 81 is Storm Patterson. As they both now work the outside lane, the 11 car pulls up as well. That's Noah Hipp. Now here comes the 6 of Gavin Austin. 4 cars lined up nose to tail on the outside lane. Chastain thought about it, couldn't get up there in time. Here comes the 6 machine on the outside, charging with help from Dylan Parker. Who else makes this move up to the top side? Does anybody? Or do we stay with just the 4 cars? No, down to 3. Hit the inside lane. I think they're going to lose a little bit of momentum, losing that 4 car. Holding pretty strong right now as McGill clears up in front of Jaden Hop for the race lead for now. In the middle lane, Austin's going to have a run down the backstretch heading into turn 3. We're 3 wide right now. Oh, McGill! Slides to the contact, just about got turned. Somehow we keep it gathered up. We wove it all up. Everybody's still pointing in the right direction. LaForte now leads this field. McGill very easily could have been turned there in turn 3 up the front bumper of Jaden Hop. They keep it straight, they gather it all up, and now McGill resets and re-attacks for the race lead. He's got Gavin Austin in the outside lane, pushing hard with Dylan Parker in tow. The inside lane's got Jason LaForte and Bryson Bird leading their charge on that bottom lane. Car slow in the back, car sliding, Zachary Tyler is around, and so is Ben Bafford. Caution is out on the racetrack. Somehow, I think we avoided a massive accident. I'm not too sure. I see Enrique Cucalon has dropped out, and he is 2 laps down now. I believe he had connection issues, so he is out of it. I think all we had was that slide by Tyler and the slide by the 23 Ben Bafford, and somehow we did not tear up the back half of the field. But caution is out for the first time tonight here, coming out at lap number 10. So we'll take a look at your BRN replay and show you what happened in the back of this field with this 29 car, Zachary Tyler. Noah Hipp hits the outside wall. Tyler makes contact. Down the track, back up the track, into Ben Bafford. And around goes Bafford, and Bafford somehow saves it. At 23 machine with an all-time save there. We'll ride on board with Bafford and see how he does. You see ahead, the 29 car, the 11 car make contact. The 29 slides down the track, back up, and Bafford. Man, oh man, that car should not have been held on to. Take another look at this save by Ben Bafford. He's going back up the track and jumping a couple more cars. But instead, it's a simple slide, and both cars are okay for the time being. And race 1, lap 10, already a save of the season candidate out of Ben Baffert. So under caution for the first time tonight. Field will pace behind the iRacing pace car. Would expect to see some drivers maybe come to pit road and go ahead and take some fuel now to try and play the games at the end of this race fuel strategy-wise. There's one team that I think might do it. It might be the Circumference team members, but I don't see any of them creeping towards pit lane. It looks like everybody's kind of staying out on the track for the most part. No split decisions. Austin J. McGill, one of the drivers that elects to come down pit road now. CC McGill will be one of the few drivers coming down pit road to take a set of tires maybe, but more importantly, taking the fuel. Right, sliding their stalls a little bit maybe, just missing their stall. Some drivers come down pit road but did not make it to their stall, might have missed their stall or just came down. That includes Storm Patterson in the 8 and Jacob Locklear in the 84, as well as I think maybe the 29 is Zachary Tyler, all missed their pit stalls. And that's the problem with these split stalls. Because of how everything kind of shook out, we have some stalls that are being shared with some of the drivers in this field, so you might not know which stall is yours and miss it. I think it's what happened with some of these drivers that were late additions to this field. That's why they missed their stalls and had to just come down a pit lane and make a run. But Austin J. McGill, Jaden Hopp, Gavin Austin, and on back, they all elected to come down and take fuel or take tires at the very least. So they make it off of pit road. And again, comes down to strategy at the end of this race. If we stay green all the way through, if we don't have any more cautions and we just have a flat out run to the finish after this, you can expect that to be a thing. You can expect to see just that difference in the strategy at the end of it if we don't have another caution. Of course, that's banking on we go almost 90 laps without a yellow flag. But if we do get that distance, this pit stop here could be a make or break for some of these drivers. You'll have to see, because it means less fuel you have to take at the end of this race, which means you can have, pit stop around normal time for the 2 stops you make, and that last stop, though, can be shorter than the rest because you don't need as much fuel, or that last stop can be run later in the race because you can run a little bit longer on fuel for pitting. So you got some drivers coming down pit road again, top off. Of course, that is, 2 of the drivers that missed their stalls, as well as drivers that are just coming down, maybe topping off an extra stop. Tyler in the 29, you see why these drivers missed their stalls. They were at the very front of pit road, so can see how they missed them. But it looks like we should be 1 to green this time. Field should be going double file, getting ready to go back racing. It's the 92 of Jace LaForte. 53 of Bryson Burr, the 14 of Jeffrey Armistead. Not pit under this caution. They stayed out, so they will keep pacing. And as they lead this field, the cars behind them also putting Bill's first car off. Jaden Hopp in 5th place was second. Gavin Austin, in the 6th car. Almost said Matt Morrison. He runs on Thursday nights in the 6 machine. He came out 6th. And then there you see Christopher Bassinger in the 18 is there in 7th. You got Matthew Chastain out in 8th. Derek Newsom came out 9th. And then I believe that is Madeline Roten. That was 10th through all of those pit stops. The field pacing, heading back around towards the start-finish line where we'll get the green flag on lap number 14. That'll give us a total of 87 laps of racing to go here at Daytona for the iRacing.Funny 250. Field roars around turns 3 and 4 behind that iRacing pace car. That one last breath, that one last catch yourself, and reset everything before you get back to green flag racing, making sure that everything you got around you is nice and taut and ready to go because you don't want to have a mistake under this restart. Pace car dives off. It is Lafort who leads this field to the restart zone and back to the green flag. Back to racing here at Daytona. Oh, bad bump! Around goes the 92! It's going to be the big one at Daytona! Multiple cars involved. The car upside down. That's Matthew Chastain on his roof. And just as soon as we go green, back under the yellow flag, and a massive accident here at Daytona takes out a bunch of cars in the early goings of this race. Take you all the way back to the restart of this race. Hit that green. You see the move here. Lafort well clear out in front. He pulls to the outside lane to get in front of Bryson Bird. Bryson and McGill closing in on that 92 car. I think it's maybe just a bump from McGill that gets the 92 upset, and you see just all the carnage, everybody trying to avoid the accident. A lot of cars getting suckered into that one. Well, watch on board with the 21 of Austin J. McGill. I do believe that this starts here. He gets in the back of the 53. Right there. Yeah, so McGill just a bump as he was getting to the back of the 53 of Bryson Bird. And that sends them all around. And that takes them all out there. Watch it from the skies here. Just a bump. You see all the cars that are involved here. I see Armistead, Bird, Newsom, Roten was involved. Matthew Chastain went upside down in that 12 car. See the hit right there. Zach Probst gets into him. Big one right there too, the 2 car. That's our pole sitter, Bridger Olson. He was involved in an accident as well. Right on board with him. And it's such a helpless feeling. Just they wreck ahead of you, they go on the track, nowhere to go. And it all just starts with one bad bump. Jaden Hopp, Christopher Bassenger's in it. Derek Newsom around there in the background. 09 Joaquin Stewart. Right there at it, might have just missed it. Other cars going through the grass to all miss it, but that really shakes up the running order. That really shakes this field up, and it completely turns it on its head from where we were sitting just about 5 minutes ago. So as the field paces once again, should be getting the 1 to green this time by. I would expect Matthew Chastain to be out of this race, currently scored in 37th place. On his lid, likely out of it. Jaden Hopp is on pit road a lap down as well. Jake Gumayer is trying to get back on the lead lap in this number 9 machine. We'll see if he can do so. And then a lot of other cars still on pit road, just trying to get service done to make it to the end of this race. Right there, you see 3 of them rolling off. Jeffrey Armstead, Bryson Bird, and Bridger Olsen all beating the pace car off. Same with Christopher Bassinger in the 18. Not out of it by any means. It's only lap 17. There's still a long way to go in this race, but it's going to be an uphill battle for some of those drivers with damage, having to get it repaired, having to stay out there and just try to see what they can do to make things stick to the end of this race. But it changes up who's in the front of this field and how things shake out. Austin J. McGill, Coleman Elmore, Noah Hipp, Keith Calhoun, and Robert Lukens, the top 5, all elected to stay out under this caution. Dane Cruz, the first driver that came and topped off on fuel under this one right there in the number 1 machine. We've also got Sam Ballard Jr. and Yusuf Ghali back there, 7th and 8th, and then 9th and 10th. Right, top 10 is 29 is Zachary Tyler and Nick Bingham in the 93. And now with that Advent Health number 93 car. So the pace car will dive off back towards the safety of pit lane. And the field will be led by Austin J. McGill. Back to the green flag on lap number 18. Give us 83 laps of racing left here at Daytona. Through the restart zone, hitting the green flag, and back underway. Good launch out front for McGill, well clear of this field, but he's going to have to in a hurry as they come off of turn number 2. Which line does McGill like to take right the bottom lane? He's going to stay with Noah Hipp on the bottom side, as now here comes Coleman Elmore up top, trying to get a run with help from Keith Calhoun in that 35. A really good run in the duels for him last week. This week he comes out showing out right now, at least, as he now creeps his way into this top 5. That 35 machine looking pretty good here at Daytona early on. Of course, run by Furniture Row Racing in the NASCAR Cup Series for many decades before they closed down back at the end of 2018. Front of this field now led by Coleman Elmore in the 19. He takes over the top spot and leads us in the line that time on that 19 for car 19 as they make their way back to the side by side. Gill as they come off of turn number 2. Trying to get the run with help on the inside line by Noah Hipp. The push from Calhoun on the outside for Elmore right now proves to be helpful as he pushes forward. He is not yet clear of the inside. Trying to clear the inside maybe to try to dive back down to the bottom lane. Can't do it, so he stays put. Stay at least side by side with the race lead on the top side. Elmore is going to lead the line up top. Still side-by-side affair between the two. Seems like he's making some forward progress. Now he's going to be shuffling around here as Dane Cruz shoves it to the inside of Keith Calhoun. Elmore's going to elect to go with him in the middle lane. That leaves Calhoun leading the outside lane now with help coming from Storm Patterson. But I don't think there's going to be much help from the 8 car. We'll see how much they can do with up on the top side. Now it is McGill and Elmore, but Elmore now has help coming from the 1 of Dane Cruz and the 54 of Yusuf Ghali. Advantage to Elmore at the line that time. He's clear of the inside lane as he chooses to pull down. No, stays up top. That allows McGill to get a run back on the inside through the corners. You see Keith Calhoun continuing to pull down. fading back all the way right now. Slot his way back into the back. He does, up ahead of Tyler Watermelon, so he stays put at least in the top 15 for now. You see Storm Patterson shuffling to the outside again, trying to make forward progress by himself in this 18 car. It is a risky venture to do, but a little bit. It's not going to work a lot as he tries to push forward in this 8 car by himself up top. You'll see quickly that inside lanes will start to kind of push forward past him and slide him back down the leaderboards as they go. Elmore still ahead, still leading this field. McGill on the inside lane, your race leader on the bottom side. Now as he charges ahead of Coleman Elmore. Noah Hip side by side in the second lane, trying to be the respective pushers to their pushees up in the front between Elmore and McGill. See Patterson again jumping to the outside, trying to shuffle past, I believe, Christian Delgado in the 03 car. And he's going to have some help coming here quickly. Matt Morris, or the 6 again, next to it again. Gavin Austin in this car. He's now shuffling easily on the outside lane, trying to push. But Patterson just stuck by himself. Nobody really going with him. And he just plummets back through the running order. Just nobody really willing to get him pushed. By that time, Parkland off the pit lane. Looked like it was the 13 of Jaden Hoff. 8 laps down, back on the racetrack. And somehow, some way, Matthew Chastain is also back on the track. 2 laps down only. That car is on its roof. Insane to me that he still is going to have a shot. It looks like everybody, as well, that accident is going to still be all right enough to have a shot. Jeffrey Armistead is still in the draft in the 14 machine, as is Bryson Bird, as is Derek Newsom. Jason LaForte's still up here as well, so not a lot of damage to these cars. Thankfully, they're still able to continue and hold the draft for now at least, and keep pushing in this field to see if they can't try to win this race at the end of it. But we're coming up on lap 24 this time. We're going to have ourselves about 76 laps to go next time, this time by. See McGill not really getting... Elmore leads the outside with help from Cruz. See McGill on the inside, going to lead the line this time. It's still just a back and forth tug of war for this lead. Third lane's starting to form a little bit more now, I think. Looked like Yusuf Ghali thought about going up there with Storm Patterson, but stays down on the middle lane. Ghali does now defect to the outside. Yusuf Ghali with help from as well Dylan Parker back there. No, Ghali tucking back in line, trying to get some more draft with teammate Dane Cruz before they maybe both try to make this run. As we hit the quarter mark of this race, Elmore leads against the line that time, but I think Ghali and Cruz are going to run out of time to jump to the top side. Look at the run that we have, just 2 cars making. Storm Patterson and Dylan Parker marching to the front, just 2 cars by themselves, and they are working towards the race lead. Oh, car out of control in the background. It's Christian Delgado down on the apron. Gathers it up, saves it, keeps pushing forward. We stay green for now, as now the race lead. Here comes Storm Patterson in the 8 car. Elmore jumped to the bottom, up ahead of Austin J. McGill. He pushes the 19 car forward. Ghali decides to stick with teammate Dane Cruz. Patterson, with help from the 3 of Dylan Parker, through the tri-oval now. Elmore on the bottom, Cruz in the middle. Patterson left on the outside is now dropped way back to 3rd on the outside lane. Oh, the past week, a lot of the drivers were talking about how you really could not make a 3rd lane work. You couldn't make a viable 3rd lane. Well, You can see the sprint they made to the front, the charge that Patterson and Dillon made with just 2 cars. It's not really about numbers more so than it is just having the right people move forward. Dillon and Storm Patterson did just that, but now they're going to drop back and fade back to this inside, or middle lane, I should say, that's now going to become the outside lane. Dillon jumps to the inside lane. No, back to the outside lane. Thought about it. Jumps back up top side, and he stays in the outside lane. He's now Cruz in the number 1 machine. Pushes forward with help from Yusuf Ghali. Here comes the Cruz missile for the race lead on the outside of Coleman Elmore. See the push for Elmore. Dane trying to get a run at it here. See the third lane there? That is just a 29 car. That belongs to Zachary Tyler. He gets shuffled back behind Storm Patterson, pulls back in line. You see McGill just really doing a good job on the pusher. That number 21 machine is really hooked up on the back bumper of Coleman Elmore, pushing him as they head back down to the tri-oval, heading back for turn number 1. But it is, of course, Yusuf Ghali pushing his Cruz Auto Racing teammate and owner, Dan Cruz, back out to the race once more. Ooh, a little upset. The 54 on the 1 get, but they keep it held straight and they keep the momentum rolling down the backstretch. Heading for the race lead is Dane Cruz. He takes over the top spot now, heading into turn 3. Cut down low, he does. Dane Cruz now leads the inside lane. His teammate Yusuf Ghali leading the outside lane as they head through 3 and 4. As Elmore try to make a move here to get back to the front. No, he'll stay put, push Dane Cruz, and Cruz will be credited with leading a lap here tonight. Dane Cruz, just so good at this type of racing. He's a winner at Daytona only once. He won, of course, 2 seasons ago in this very race. But outside of that, multiple wins at Talladega, multiple wins at Atlanta on the new configuration. So good at this style of racing, and he proves it time and time again, constantly finding his way to the front of this field. Whether it be in the middle of the race, the end of the race, it doesn't matter. That one machine is always near the front of this field when you come to a track like Daytona. But also up here is Yusuf Ghali in the 54. A little bit squirrely there with the push from Keith Calhoun in the 35 as they round through 3 and 4. Oh, car around to the back. Tyler Watermullen loses it. Car spinning as well. I think it's Derek Newsom to the inside wall. Caution is out. He keeps it from sliding any further. But we are under the yellow flag for the 3rd time here tonight. Derek Newsom able to keep from hitting the inside wall. But it puts us back under the yellow flag. And we'll see what exactly happened back here with Tyler Watermullen. I'm not too sure. He kind of looks like he just shot down from the top side. He's up against the wall, taking top of a slow car. And he just like cuts down, hits the 59 of Blaine Sparling, and then in the background right there you see Derek Newsom gets tagged, I think, by the 79 of Joaquin Stewart, just rolling up on him. Car's checking up because of a car spinning. He just gets in the back of him here. We'll go on board with the 79 car, Joaquin Stewart. You'll see up ahead, that red car on the top of the screen, up top, that is Tyler Watermullen, the 69 car. Right here, he kind of is checking up, trying not to hit the 13. Spins down, Blaine Sparling gets hit, and in the checkups there, Stewart gets into Newsom. Sends him around, but Newsom was able to keep him hitting the inside wall. But there is at least damage on the rear bumper of the number 50 car. Back under caution here at Daytona. 70 laps to go. Cars deciding whether to pit or stay out. Looks like more of the field, of course, is going to come down pit road. Might as well take some more fuel after that 15-lap run to see as they see the aggressive move by Patterson to get to his stall. He doesn't want to miss it this time as the field all coming down pit road, making their stops in their stalls. We got, looks like, 2 drivers that chose to stay out here. That being Sam Ballard in this 97, William Horton in the number 5 machine. They elect to stay out. They don't pit with the rest of the field, making a different strategy call Those two are. Of course, the rest of the field pretty much just topping off on fuel more than anything, not really making a long stop of any kind, just splash fuel, get what they need, and then going from there. It's Enrique Cucalon right there in the 22. I think he was kind of hoping to get a wave around here because he is still a lap down. He's not going to get it. He's going to be stuck a lap down, at least for another caution, if we don't get another one. But these two cars staying out kind of hurts the 22 team. I believe it does the same for Matthew Chastain in the 12 car, who should have, if he would have gotten the free pass, I think would have been back on the lead lap. No, he'd been back just one lap down. Same with Cucalon if they got the free pass. But, of course, these two stay out. Those two unable to get their free pass, to get to one lap down. So they're going to be stuck 2 laps down, at least for now, for the time being, at lap number 32. Field should be getting double file back to restarting. It looks like the 5 of William Martin elects to come down pit road. He decides to go ahead and forego staying out, so he'll pit. At least Sam Ballard is the only car that did not come down pit lane under this caution. Dane Cruz. And then Keith Calhoun and Yusuf Ghali right there, as well as Colin Elmore with a top 4 off of pit lane. And it was 5th off was the 29 of Matthew Tyler. Field is doubled up, ready to go back racing here at lap number 34, a third of the way through this race. So as we get ready to go back green, Sam Ballard in the 97 car, making his first start here in the Slide Job Racing League tonight, will be leading this field back to green as the pace car dives off with Dane Cruz on his outside, heading for the Geico restart zone. They'll hit the pedals, mash it back down. Green flag is back out, back underway. Cruz, though, has help from his teammate Yusuf Ghali, pushing him out front right now through turn 22. Down the back they go. Cruz will take advantage. One machine out in front. Ghali is now second. They both clear the inside lane. They'll both pull to the inside lane. Ballard now going to push these two ahead of him, as now it's the 29 to Zachary Tyler. The outside lane with help coming from number 18 machine. That's Christopher Bassinger. Oh, Baffert, a little bobble there, pulling down to the inside lane. Was getting ready to say Bassinger was involved in that accident earlier on at lap number 17. He was in the big one. He's back out here, and he's back up in the top 10. A great recovery so far from the 18, but of course he's going to want more. He's going to want a checkered flag to fall his way tonight. The way to do that is to get out of this field and to recover and rebound from these incidents. See Keith Calhoun, the 35, jumping to the outside lane. He'll now lead the top side as they head back down towards turn number 3, side by side with Sam Ballard. That's for third right now, trying to get some momentum going on the outside lane to go and charge for the race lead. Calhoun, a new driver to this league. Made his debut, of course, in the dual race. Had a very impressive showing in those duels. Near the end of it, had a chance to win dual race number 2. Came up at the end. But looking pretty sporty so far here in this first race of the season here at Daytona. He is doing a great job in that 35, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else he can do on the other tracks. He's doing a good job, at least so far, on the super speedways, and he now charges up front with help from Zachary Tyler. He's going for the race lead side by side with one of the best to do it here. That's Dan Cruz. Tyler goes to the outside, trying to get back in. They're going to stack up this outside lane. Around goes Delgado. Bingham gets tagged. Wheeler gets touched. Harrison goes in the grass. Or that, pardon me, that I believe is the 77 Davey Hendricks, and more contact. Problems throughout this field, and it puts us back under caution. A stack up on that outside lane is where that all really started. That got into Christian Delgado. It starts with that bit of indecision by Zachary Tyler in the 29 car. You'll see it right here. The 29 trying to get back down in that gap. It stacks this outside lane up, and then right back here you'll see it. Contact made between Delgado and Bingham. And the 03, when he slides down the track, Dylan Parker was there. Nick Wheeler gets tagged. And then there's the 77. It's Davey Hendricks going through the grass to miss it all. And right here, big contact with Jake Mayer. And I think Bryson Bird. Blaine Sparling now out of this race unofficially as well. Kind of see it all just transpires there. Delgado turned to the 3 car. I don't know with Dylan Parker. You'll just kind of see this checkup happening in the outside lane. Everybody's slamming the brakes because of the 29, just the move he makes. Delgado gets turned into Dylan Parker. He has to take a trip down pit lane as a result. But another one of those accidents where it could have easily been bigger than it was. But somehow it just stays. There's a couple cars hit him, but nothing too crazy. is double file, ready to go back racing. The sun is setting, the lights are about to kick on here at Daytona International Speedway and put us under the lights for the rest of this race. Take us to the finish. So here we go, getting ready to go back racing. With Yusuf Ghali and Keith Calhoun in the front row as they head for the start-finish line to take the green flag once again in this race. At lap number 40, 61 laps of racing left. Green flag back in the air. The big thing of note from that caution coming out when it did, puts us with 61 laps to go. Should be good to just be a split down the middle of this run to get to the end of this race. We'll see how it all pans out once we get there. Clear for the lead. He pulls down the inside. Clear of Elmore, clear of Ghali. He now controls this race, coming around to 60 laps to go. Ghali to the outside with help from the 6 of Gavin Austin as they come through turns 1 and 2. Calhoun still holds service in the race. Ghali turning to charge in the outside lane. Coming down towards start-finish line that time by. Give it to the 54. Barely had it in. Lane surging forward, the bottom of the corners. Ghali tries to get a charge back down the front stretch again of the line. That time he'll have the nose ahead of Calhoun. Ghali to the inside. He is leading now in the bottom lane over Calhoun. See the middle lane, the third lane starting to form up with Nick Donati. This lane, he gets put down in the lane. Now Robert Lukens is the control car up in the front of that field, but not going to stay there for long, as they're going to fade that line back out down towards the bottom lane. As Calhoun shoves Galley well out in front of this field. Gavin Austin on the outside lane. The name we haven't mentioned all night yet tonight. That 06 of Brett Bennett is creeping into the front of this field, coming up on the halfway point of this race. We talk about Brett all the time here on PRN and JCTV. Talked about it a lot there too. Brett was in a really big fraudulent slip, but Brett Bennett, of course, winless in every league he's ever run in, has yet to find victory lane. Doesn't know what it takes to win. Last week had a really bad accident in the duels, got shuffled to qualifying out back for this race, and is looking to honor his mentor and his hero, Robert Wickens, by winning tonight while driving in a wheelchair. We'll see if he can do that tonight in that 06 machine. But Yusuf Ghali still in the bottom lane. Gavin Austin in the outside lane. Calhoun, just a really good pusher in that 35 car. Gotta wonder if you are that 54 Yusuf Ghali, do you want him? Do you want to keep with him the rest of this race? For now, at least the way things are going, he's doing a very good job on this bottom line. But Gavin Austin, help on the outside. He is doing a good run. Caution is out. Wrecked out back. Tyler Watermelon is around. Christian Delgado is around as well. That's Austin J. McGill. That's Matt Steiner. All around in the back. Gonna put us under caution once again here at lap number 47, just short of the halfway mark. We'll take a look at the VRN replay and see what happens here. Gill right there is sideways up ahead. Watermelon hits Dylan Parker there. You see the 38 spinning. Delgado just gets into him. I'll rewind this back and see what happened to McGill. Trying to get to the third lane. Storm Patterson on his back bumper and stacks up a passenger right there. Zach Probst gets involved as well there, and then just through all the chaos, Watermelon goes around, Steiner goes around, Joaquin Stewart trying to miss. Just, oh man, just tight misses for some other drivers there. But it puts us back under the yellow flag as we go back to caution here on lap number 48. And you'll see the field make split decisions on pitting or not. It looks like everybody coming down pit road. Nobody wants to stay out under this caution. Led, of course, by Gavin Austin in the number 6 car. Racing off pit road. It's, of course, 6 Gavin Austin maintaining that race lead. Coming back around. There's a couple wave around cars. So we get back to the double file. Get back ready to go racing. And I'm on the halfway point of this race when we take the green flag. The halfway point of the iRacing.Funny 250, the iRacing.Funny 125.0. We get ready to go back at it. It is Gavin Austin, Yusuf Ghali, Brett Bennett, Ben Bafford, and Coleman Elmore. The top 5. Green flag flies once more. Back racing here. Halfway home in the iRacing.Funny 250. Gavin Austin launches out ahead, but no help. Brett Bennett, not a good restart. Bafford, however, is all over the back bumper of Yusuf Ghali, pushing him clear out in front here in turn number 1. Down the back they go, pushing from Bafford. Ghali is clear out in front of that 6 car for a split second. Now side by side once again. Austin getting a push from Bennett as they head back down the backstretch, heading for turn number 3. Is clear. Bennett and Ghali side by side for second. Oh, Austin trying to pull up in front of Ghali. Up, a little sideways. They hold it steady and they keep it straight. Coming to the line this time, Austin leads. Ghali is still right there on the door. Steadying together, coming back through turns 1 and 2. Golly gets clear out in front with the push from Baffert down the backstretch, heading back for turn 3. Austin gets a run there on the bottom lane. Bennett pushing him. Wide further back. Cars on the outside wall. Nick Bingham. Stay all held together and we keep racing. And through all of this race, through all the shuffling about, a car shuffling back towards the front, is our Duel 1 winner from last week, Madeline Roten, third car on the outside. The 58 car found her way back up into the top 5 just about. Trying to make it work on the top side, heading in to the tri-oval. Golly leads the line that time over Gavin Austin as they head back for turn 1. Another name haven't really called out tonight much, down the inside lane, 4th car there, the 30th up here in the top 10 right now. Had a quiet night so far, but he's up here in contention in the back half of this race so far. We'll see what he can do in the closing laps of this race, but a good run at least at the midway point for that 33 camp. Inside line, charging forward. Austin took the outside line, and that opened the door for Brett Bennett to take the race lead. Can he lead to the line? He does. Brett Bennett is your race leader here at Daytona, with Austin charging back on the outside, the 6 versus the 06. Side by side they go, heading for turn number 1. They are side by side, heading down the backstretch. Bennett and Austin. Neither driver really getting the advantage over the other as they barrel down towards turn number 3. And we're kind of just seeing it as it happens every lap. It's not really going to be the same, I think, on the last lap. I don't think we're going to stay this bunched up like this, but that outside line just gets the better run by the time you get towards the tri-oval. And you just keep seeing Austin just barely getting ahead of Bennett when he gets down towards the start-finish line, just barely having the advantage. Bennett gets it back on the outside side, but the front side of it is 6 car Gavin Austin on the top side, getting the run and taking the position at the line. Could play a factor later on in this race. Could just be a big nothing burger up until this point, until we get to the end of the race. But you see Bennett gets clear out ahead on the bottom through turns 3 and 4, and then the run comes the push from Golly and Baffert on the back of the 6 of Gavin Austin, and just right there, he just gets the nose just barely ahead of the line. He'll lead in the line, and then Bennett gets the charge out of the tri-oval back down towards turn number 1. Side by side they still remain as they make their way through 3 and 4. And you'll see again here, just that run that comes on the top side. Side by side with Elmore through the corner, but then off of the turn, down the front stretch. And the line right there, Austin leads over Bennett. Could very much play a factor in the finish of this race tonight. But of course, knowing how this field might operate, we might have a last lap catastrophe that wipes out a bunch of cars and puts us down to just a single-digit run to the finish of this one. But they're minding their P's and Q's so far. And like I said, we're at a point now where it's going to be one stop to end this race. We got green at about 50 laps to go. you're going to have just one more pit stop before the checkered flag flies. So it's really down to just, if we get a caution, you'll make your pit stop there maybe to get to the end if we get in that window. If not, you're just making a green flag stop for that one final splash of fuel to get back out there to finish this race. You can just see, really not pushing too hard. No one's really trying anything crazy. It's 2x2. We're kind of gridlocked right now, deep in the field. Nobody's doing anything aggressive. Nobody's really trying to make some heinous move on the outside to try to make a run. Everybody's just kind of staying put. And that's all the way back to 30th place. This is a top 30 in this pack right now, which is very tail end. Is the 03 of Christian Delgado, who has had his issues tonight in this 03 machine, but he is still up here. He is still in the draft. And the thing is about beating the draft, it means you still got a shot to win this race. So he's still here. He's still going to have me fighting and swinging for this checkered flag if he can get there. We'll see what he can do in this 03 if he can be there at the end of it. Ooh, we got cars wrecking. Madeline Roten. Noah Hip is around. Oh, hit there by Storm Patterson. Davey Hendricks. I think that was Bridger Olsen that misses it. More cars around. It's Tyler Watermolen. But another incident in the trial will put us back under caution and heavy damage on that number 69 machine at Tyler Watermolen. That's Jacob Locklear as well. That is around. We'll take a look at the VRN replay and sort this one out. What I believe is going to be our 5th caution of the night here at Daytona. Happens up at the front of this field. It's a stack up on the inside line. They kind of just form up right here, this stack up. Ooh, just a push there from Elmore and Lukens, and this the field just trying to stack up. Madeline Roten gets up out of the sorts. Noah Hips, Jacob Locklear gets turned. Davey Hendricks just barely, narrowly avoiding all this. And Nick Donati as well does a great job of navigating through this. Nick Bingham, pardon me. We'll take a ride on board with him and see how he misses most of, if not all, of this accident. Just a perfect seas parting for him in that number 93 machine. But Tyler Watermolen did not have a good onboard. He was right behind the 93. Tried to slip the stream with him, I think, and it didn't work out. Oh, man, just, my goodness, just right into Jacob Locklear. We'll watch Jacob Locklear from the camera up in the sky. Just tagged at the last second. Around he went, everybody just trying to scatter. See Hip gets hit up the back by Storm Patterson, and Watermolen with a big hit. Kukulon hits as well. So pit road, busy of course, everybody gonna stop, take tires, take fuel, take whatever. Bridger Olsen at the very front pit stall here. Pit stall number 1 from being on the pole position. But it's Brett Bennett that wins the race off pit road. Over Gavin Austin, Coleman Elmore, William Martin, and Keith Calhoun, the top 5. So as we pace around right now, we are hitting under 40 laps to go. The darkness setting in, of course, the lights are going to kick on at the track, and we are officially in the nighttime portion of this race. So if you're just tuning in or anything, we welcome you here to BRN's coverage of the iRacing.Funny 250 here for the Season 16 opener of the Jawb Racing League. It has been an eventful show from the drop of the green flag. Our first caution coming out at lap number 11. Couple car accident, but then right after that, the big one hit. So we'll take a quick, brief BRN replay look at that one. Just looking back at what's happened in this race, you see this happening. It was a restart with Jace Lafort leading at lap number 14. He jumps up to the outside lane. Big jump ahead of the 53 of Bryson Bird. Twin lost Jay McGill, makes contact, bumping the 53, and just like that, all hell broke loose. Multiple cars involved, took a couple cars out of this race, and a couple other cars that were in this wreck have still scrapped and clawed their way back into this race, back in contention for this one. And they still have a shot to try and win the iRacing.Funny 250. Just right here, the bad push by McGill into Bird sends him around, and in through the field they go. Multiple cars stacked up in this one. And an incident happened. Tyler Watermore get the wall into Blaine Sparling. This ended Blaine Sparling's night. He was not able to continue after that accident. His race pretty much over. We had the incident with Austin J. McGill through the tri-oval, just about the halfway point of this race. And our most recent caution happening in the tri-oval as well. Can't find it, that's okay. But our most recent caution happening in the tri-oval. It involved Christopher Bastier, among others, that led to this caution here and get us to restart with just about, make it 37 laps to go when we go back racing. Matt Morrison, or not Matt Morrison, I keep saying that, it's Kevin Austin, Bridger, and Brett Bennett are side by side, front row, green flag, let's go! Bennett and Austin side by side for the race lead. Silently to his doors, Elmore pushing the 06. William Martin pushing the 6 car. Got some cars trying an outside lane again. Yusuf Ghali and Storm Patterson going back to the top side, trying to make it work, trying to march back to the front. Come back towards the tri-oval. Once again, it's Austin on the outside, Bennett on the inside. Austin again leading at the line that time. Bennett stuck, trying to make a charge, can't quite do it. Olsen trying to shove it back down to the bottom lane. He does, ahead of Keith Calhoun. And I talked about drivers making recoveries from those accidents. You saw in that replay, Bridger lost his hood, head again with a 2 car from that incident earlier on. He is now back in the top 5. Back mixing it up for the race lead, and has a shot to go back-to-back here at Daytona. Oh, Gavin Austin bobbles there. Push from Martin, went a little sideways. Martin now leads at the line over Austin, who leads the inside lane. How about William Martin in this 5 car? The former CEO of this league, the former showman who ran this place, he now finds himself out in front, battling for the race lead. William Martin trying to control this race. He gets ahead of Gavin Austin on the inside lane, and he leads at the line this time, 2/3 of the way through this race. And by the way, William Martin, he was the former leader of this league. He has never won here on Tuesday nights. He's looking to change that here at Daytona. What a way it would be to get his first career win, taking home the checkered flag here. They go 3 wide now. It's the 29 to Zachary Tyler on the outside. Gavin Austin drifting up into him, a little bit of contact. The 29 shuffles back up on the outside by himself, and he'll fade back on that top side as the field is organized. Oh, Bennett makes contact with Gavin Austin and Nick Bingham. They hold it together. Austin leads at the line this time, at the inside line, losing out because of the squirrely effort there by the 06. Bingham and Austin were clear. Now it's just Austin. He pulls low. Bingham stays high. And Austin will pull back high. He'll block the road on the outside lane. Bingham now pushing Austin. He's got Calhoun behind him. The inside lane making him out, coming back forward. It's the 5 of William Martin. It's the 06 of Brett Bennett. Rounding their way through 3 and 4. We'll hit the stripe. 32 laps of racing left. Still door to door. Here's Austin pulls to the inside line. Bingham on the outside as they go side by side, entering turn number 3. The line this time, Bingham leads with help from Calhoun at lap number 70 now. We have 31 laps of action left here at Daytona. And just a by-the-way thing, let's double check on our fuel mileage for this race to see how things are looking. We're looking at a fuel window of about 36 to 40 laps. This field has been green for the past 8 laps. They're going to be right on the window for making it to the end of this race on fuel. If they have to pit, it may not be with a group, it may be by themselves. So these drivers are really probably playing a little bit smarter here further back, just staying in the draft and not worrying about pushing, just worried about saving fuel to make it to their number to get to the end of this race, barring any overtime. But with 30 laps to go, if you're out in front leading this field, you're not saving fuel, you are pushing with all you got. And you would think maybe if you're somebody like Nick Bingham, maybe like Keith Calhoun, or any of these guys that are definitely like pushing, leading these lines, just go ahead and push. Not worry about saving fuel. Push. But kind of just staying a little conservative. I wouldn't say they're full throttle. They're definitely not all the way on the throttle. I'm going to see if this works. To pull up our telemetry for their speed. Let's see if we can get it to work the way I want it to work. Looks like it doesn't in that sense, but yeah, it's just not fully on the throttle, I don't think. They're not all the way flat out to the floor. So definitely just saving things, making sure they just take it easy getting around this track. See, that's a line getting a bit of a run to the backstretch. Bingham, Calhoun, Lukens on the outside lane. The top 3, the inside lane top 3 is Gavin Austin, William Martin, and Brett Bennett. Around the way. Back towards the front straightaway. Hit the line this time. Make it about 28 laps to go. None of these drivers have ever won in the Slide Job Racing League. You want to find a driver who has won in this league? You got to go all the way back to that number 12 of Matthew Chastain. 4 career wins to his name. His most recent win coming at the Superspeedway, coming in season 11 back at Talladega. The last time he found victory lane. It's been a while for him. Nobody else in the top 10 has ever won in the Slide Job Racing League. But could tonight be the night that changes? Could tonight be the night that someone else etches their name into the books as a winner in the Slide Job Racing League and win the iRacing.Funny 250? We've got 8 drivers score their first career victories in this race. So we see number 9 tonight. Right now it looks like it's going to be somebody new, a new face in the books, but there is somebody still right here. 2 drivers right outside the top 10 as Lucas gets a little sideways. Down the back, I was going to say 2 drivers just on the fringe of the top 10 right now to keep your eyes on. The 2 of Bridger Olson, the 14 of Jeffrey Armistead. They are both right there on the inside line, both running together, just fringe top 10, about 5th and 6th in the inside lane. These 2 have won before, so is Dane Cruz. Those 3 drivers are recent winners here at Daytona. They're looking to see if they can add another win to their names and be the first drivers to score multiple victories in this race. Olsen looking to go back-to-back. Armistead looking for his first since season 11. And Dane Cruz won just 2 seasons ago at this track. Dane, of course, had a remarkable season last season as well. 2 wins to his name. The win at Auto Club and that final crazy hectic finish at the Chicago Street Course where we saw 2 of the top 2 runners, Gabriel Dehari and Bridger Olson, have problems, take themselves out of it, and it gave the win to Dane Cruz. Olson, of course, just completely missed turn 6, plowed the tires, and it gave Dane Cruz the win. But here with 25 laps to go, Donati Bingham is your race leader. Gavin Austin leading on the inside line as they make their way through 1 and 2. And the wonder comes for me is when is the decision to go? When do these guys decide to maybe start pushing? This top 12 is kind of side by side, and there's gaps further back. You see a lot of single file racing further back in this field. Not a lot of side by side except for the front. You can see right behind this 29 car, you go back here to Armistead on back, it's really just mostly been single file. Nobody's really pushing here. They want to save their fuel to try to make it to the end of this race without having to stop again. While the rest of this field up here, these top about 12 positions, maybe 13, they have been full go. They have not worried really about saving fuel, or at the very least, the front cars that have been leading these lines, Gavin Austin and Nick Bingham, they've not been concerned with fuel, I don't think. They've not really been trying to get in line and draft and save. They've been worried about just pushing forward, trying to lead these lines, trying to lead this race. Could very well be what cost them the win here tonight if we don't get another caution and they run out. But it's still a big if, with still 23 laps to go. Anything can happen here in these next 23 laps. There's still a lot of racing left here at Daytona. 46 miles, to be exact. More than that, but still. The outside lane continues to push forward. Lucan's that 3rd car. You see Derek Newsom, the 4th car, outside lane. Kind of right up against him. Looking right up against him as they're doing a good job. Clear right now, the top 3 are, and they're going to pull down. Lucans and Calhoun do. Bingham stays topside. Calhoun now to the race lead. The 35 machine now out in front. Calhoun in his first start in the Slide Job Racing League in this 35 car. Looking to take that 35 team to victory lane. Looking to score his first win in his first start, doing so at Daytona. What a way it would be to kick off his career here on Tuesday nights. But he's got Robert Lukens, a longtime veteran of this league, and William Martin, another longtime veteran of this league, that are hungry for their first career wins. They have not seen glory, and they want it tonight. They make their way back down towards turn number 1. Bingham's got help from Newsom on the outside lane, but not really enough. Bennett and Elmore have shifted to the top side as well, and now they're shifting back down to the bottom lane. Just different lines here for those two, shuffling around as this run goes on. You see Bingham trying to get a push there from Derek Newsom, trying to keep contesting for this race lead. As they're side by side through 3 and 4, the sun's setting. William Martin goes high. Lukens now is going to have Bennett coming up on his back bumper. Bingham is clear for now with just 20 laps to go. Newsom is clear as well as they both pull low. Newsom right now staying high. William Martin clear. He pulls low. Newsom stays high. Bingham has a decision to make now, leading this field. Does he go down low and cut him off? Or does he stay up top and stay with the 50? He'll stay on the high side. Martin now being pushed by the 35 of Keith Calhoun. Give me any of these cars on your screen right now that could win this race. Just 19 laps to go this time by. Question is now, where do they come from? Is it someone in this front pack? Is it someone from further back that finds their way to the front? Looking in the background, that outside lane, I noticed 2 drivers hooked up right now that could play a factor. That's Bridger Olsen and Yusuf Ghali further back on the outside lane. They got Dane Cruz not far ahead as well. They can try to work the 3 of them together to get to the front at any point. Bingham is your leader, still maintaining on the top side. Martin, though, making a charge down into turn number 3. Takes back the race lead in this back and forth tug-of-war for the top spot. That time, a big run on the inside line. Outside lane just did not get a good corner. And now Calhoun and Martin clear out in front for now. Time starting to tick down as more laps keep pounding by. A lot of these guys further back in this field really need to start making moves. This pack right here, Gavin Austin 17 on back. If they don't get a caution, they're going to have to start making aggressive moves to try and give themselves a shot to win. If not, just hoping that the field just wrecks themselves on that last lap. And we saw that last week in duel number 1. The field wrecked, the seats parted, and it gave the win to Madeline Roten. She's found herself way back in the field right now, 22nd as it sits right now, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. Storm Patterson trying to shove it inside of Bryson Bird, who gets shoved to the outside lane. The 53 car, your outside pole sitter, now by himself on the outside. He's got Kukulon there. Kukulon, of course, 6 laps down in 31st, but would not be a problem if he helped his teammate try to push to the front. That's what he's probably going to try to do for Bryson, if he can get to him and push that number 53 forward. Inside lane, it's a lap car. That is the 38 of Matt Steiner going a lap down here. 28 cars on the lead lap. All of the lead lap cars are in the lead pack. Still side by side for the lead. Martin just inching ahead of Bingham on the outside lane. The run will come down the front stretch. Bingham will have a shot at it again as he heads down for the front stretch for the start-finish line. You'll see again this run the outside lane gets just a little bit better, but that time making about a dead heat of the line between these two. Just trying to watch if that third line starts to form up. I feel like if anybody makes the third line, it's going to be in the next 2-3 laps. You're really going to have to start going now. You don't want to hesitate. You don't want to waste any time. You don't want to go with like 5 laps to go, because then you're going to get boxed in really quickly. You're not going to have a shot to shuffle to the front of this field. You're going to be stuck where you are and have to just hope for the best. And there it is right there. Yusuf Ghali on the outside lane. He's going to try something maybe here with 15 laps to go, presented by Ballard Diecast on eBay. Bingham and Martin still side by side for the lead, but a third lane starting to form. Maybe trying to make some progress. Oh, Yusuf Ghali gets the wall. So does Storm Patterson. Immediately drops this outside lane back. But Ghali still with some momentum. The 54 pushing forward. Matthew Chastain maybe trying to block him. Doesn't quite get there. Ghali making the outside work by himself all the way up to third. I think Yusuf Ghali is doing the thing, is not saving fuel. I think he's hit his number. He thinks he can make it while the rest of the field has been kind of saving. Ghali by himself, side by side, 3-1 for the lead. But with Ghali pushing, everybody's going to start pushing. Nobody's going to start limping it around, being easy with it. Now's the time to go. Ghali slots in third on the outside line, but he picked up a lot of spots and puts himself in a pretty good spot for the end of this race. Oh, car shuffling around back there. I think it was Bridger Olsen in the 2. Shoved it to the outside lane, almost got into a hip in the 11. They keep it together. They don't lose it. They stay clean. We stay green. Davey Hendricks down in that's, I believe, the 29. No, it's Dane Cruz in the 1. It was the 29 as well. Zachary Tyler saved it. So did Dane Cruz. So did Davey Hendricks. Somehow, someway. And we stay green for now. But Hendricks and Patterson. And now Olsen. Now Ghali. Outside lane form. Third lane moving here. Look at Dane Cruz trying to creep up to the outside lane there from the bottom lane. He wanted to slide up there. Davey Hendricks is up there. Cruz now going to stick it in the middle. You see Bafford, you see Olsen, you see Ghali and Cruz trying to get up there. You're going to have all of Cruz Auto Racing pushing on the top side, trying to get this win here tonight. But around goes Davey Hendricks. Somehow it's just a one car. No, now multiple cars. Bryson Bird is in it. And I think that is the 66, I believe, of Tanner Bykowski. He's involved as well. And with 12 laps to go, we go under caution. And things just got interesting. Take a look at the BRN replay. We'll show you what happened. See Armistead going to the middle lane, trying to run the middle. Hendricks, I think, was trying to, I don't know what was going on there, trying to go middle maybe, or trying to stay top, but loses it there on the front bumper of the 14. And then just more contact with Bryson Bird. And then Tanner Bykowski. Haven't really called out Bykowski's name tonight. He's staying out back, trying to wait to the end of this race maybe to go, but swept up with 12 laps to go here. You see that move by Armistead, gets down the middle, and then Hendricks is indecisive in what lane. Kind of runs like that weird middle line, and then just right into the front bumper of the 14. And then contact for Bryson Bird. More damage to the outside poles, so they're likely not going to have a shot to win this race tonight. But now the fuel mileage question is out of the window. Everybody can make it on fuel. If we go to pit road and top off on fuel, you can make it to the end of this race, and however many overtimes we need, you can get to the checkered flag. Split decisions, it looks like, on and off for pit road. As Bingham and Martin come down, it's Brett Bennett that stays out, as well as Yusuf Ghali. Split decisions on if they wanted to stay out and take the risk, or if they wanted to pit there. Matt Steiner, your free pass there on the outside lane, but with coming up on less than 10 laps to go, Brett Bennett now finds himself leading at Daytona. Bennett leads, Golly second, Elmore third, Storm Patterson will be fourth, Dane Cruz fifth, all electing to stay out. The top, making the top 10, did not pit. So that's down to Cruz in fifth, Ben Baffert sixth, Bridger Olson is seventh, Zachary Tyler eighth, Jeffrey Armistead in ninth, and Jace LaForte in 10th. The top 10 stayed out under this caution. With less than 10 laps to go, these guys are likely going to be trying to save their little bit of fuel left that they had. Of course, the window we said was about maybe 36 to 40 laps, about a full tank of fuel. They got a full tank at right about that 60 lap mark. So with the caution laps as well, and then the extra caution laps with this caution, they could try to make it at least to the end of the race. If we get overtimes in this race, that's when it starts to get hairy and you have to really start questioning, do you make it to the end of this race like that? I imagine these guys are definitely trying to save all they can under caution, not wanting to risk anything. So should get the one to go this time. We'll go green with 9 laps to go in this race. And the shift from being a field of the top 10 full of drivers that were in contention that never won. Now we've got a shift. Got drivers like Yusuf Ghali, Ben Baffert, Dane Cruz, Bridger Olson up here in the top 10, Jeffrey Armistead, all former winners here in the Slide Job Racing. But you've also still got drivers like Coleman Elmore in third. I believe Storm Patterson in fourth as well has yet to find victory lane. Zachary Tyler, a new face here tonight. Nick Bingham in 10th. But the big one, of course, the race leader, Brett Bennett. Could tonight be the night that he finally breaks through and finally wins? Left here at Daytona. If we don't go into overtime, 9 laps to the finish. Brett Bennett has thrown one of these away before. Back in season 14, had a shot to try to race and possibly had a shot to beat Dane Cruz to the line. Poor decision making. Put him in the wall and put him out of contention in that final corner. Nine laps are going to feel like an eternity for that 06 machine. It's going to feel like an eternity for anybody who takes the lead. Anybody who holds that top spot, it's now King of the Hill style pretty much. Everybody's going to fight for it for every second they can hold it because they want to be the one leading when we hit the checkered flag. Pace car is going to hook that hard left turn towards pit road and leave the field in the hands of Brett Bennett and Yusuf Ghali, the front row. 9 laps of racing left in the iRacing.Funny 250 to kick off season 16. Bennett the control car through the restart zone, matches the gas, gets back up through the gears, green flag back in the air. A good launch by Bennett, but doesn't want to be too far ahead because he still wants to get the push from this 19. Elmore to back up Brett Bennett now, with Dane Cruz pushing him, bobbling there on the inside lane, wrecking in the back, Martin in the wall, Newsom, Bingham is in it, more cars in it, Calhoun's around. Up and over, Bingham flying through the air. My God, the airtime the 93 got. Back under caution. And that's something that maybe the only person that really wanted to see that was Brett Bennett. Because that's less laps he has to fight to hold the lead. But this all generates from that stack up on the inside line. And you'll see it here on the BRN replay. Armistead, Martin, then Calhoun gets into him. And just right here into Probst, Roten, and then just 93, just serious airtime there for Bingham. They're on the exit of turn 2. Austin just gets in the back. Calhoun gets in the back of Martin. Passenger gets in. Cook gets in at Calhoun there. Mentioned the 93 up and over, up in the air. Right on board. The admin help on board for Bingham. And on board with the number 58 at Madeline Roten. You see it happen, just a stack up ahead, and then it's just like, there's nowhere to go. You can't even see the 93 car. They got a piece there. Producer was involved. See, the 97 gets a piece at the end. Just a gaggle of cars. All involved in that one. But it leaves Brett Bennett still in control of this race. At now 7 laps to go. We should restart with about 6 to go. Maybe, actually, no, we'll restart with about maybe 4 laps to go, I think, with pit road just opening. Maybe 5 laps of racing left after this one. And you see these cars on the apron, saving fuel. That's Patterson, that's Cruz, that's Baffert. Making sure they can save enough to make it to the end of this one. Got to take some more cars out of this race. Bingham, obviously, I would say, is done for the night. Heavy damage for Probst. Newsom got the damage. Gavin Austin with damage as well. Of course, our dual winner, Madeline Roten, was involved. But just looking through these names that are in this top 10, I mentioned we got former winners up here, like Armistead. Dane Cruz is in 5th. Bridger Olsen 8th. Armistead is 9th. Dylan Parker is now in 10th place in the 3 machine. Dylan Parker still got a shot to try and win this race. In that 10th place, he has had an eventful night in this 3 machine. You can see how banged up this car is, but he's still alive in the crunch time. He's going to have a shot to win this race. So the field is doubled up. 12.5 miles of racing to go. 5 laps remain in the iRacing.Funny 250. For one driver, it's going to be glory. It's going to be winning at Daytona. It's going to be putting their name in the book of winners here at this track. It's also going to be a decent payday, I believe, as well. For everybody else that comes up short, dejection, heartbreak. Does Brett Bennett break through? Does Yusuf Ghali add it to his tally and take another win? Yusuf Ghali looking for his 3rd career win. You got Bennett, Patterson, Elmore right there looking for their 1st. And then you got Dane Cruz. One of the winningest drivers all time here in this league. tied 6th all time with 9 wins, looking for win number 10 of his career. Ben Baffert as well is right there. He's got 2 wins to his name as well. So add another one if he can and keep building upon that and finally get another win. It's been a while since Baffert's found victory lane. He'd like to come out here and win at Daytona. Anybody's got a shot to win this race still, with just 5 laps to go. This could be the biggest restart of Brett Bennett's career. As he comes to the restart zone, he'll match the gas, he'll get us back to green, back to racing. 5 laps left at Daytona. A decent jump, but he needs that 19 on his bumper. Golly getting pushed by Patterson and Baffert. Here we go, side by side through one for the lead. 3 cars in the inside lane. It's about 6 maybe on the outside right now as they barrel towards turn 2, towards the backstretch. Outside lane going to have a huge run. Golly being pushed by Patterson, Baffert, Olsen, and Parker there. You see the 29 car, Zachary Tyler. He pulls to the inside lane, side by side, just about even as they enter turn 3. Back of the field kind of splintering off from the front as now Bennett leads, coming around to 4 laps to go. Golly making a run on the outside line here, coming to the start-finish line. At the line this time, give it to Youssef Golly by maybe 1,000th of a second. As they keep rolling here. It is a hard-fought battle for these drivers up front because they want to put this win on their resume. Bennett just wants to have one. He has been fighting. He has been clawing. I'd say over 300 races started here that I have broadcasted for this man to race in, to compete in, and still somehow he has not found his way to victory lane. He has not scored a victory. But right now, he leads this field, commanding this field with just 3 laps to go at Daytona. Golly on the outside, not getting a push from Patterson here. Elmore all over the back of the 06. Outside lane not formed up as much. A great push by Elmore in the 19. Help with Dane Cruz in the 1 car. Golly needs to gather it back up. Patterson needs to get on his back bumper. They're side by side for second. Bennett still in control. Golly gonna get a run through 3 and 4 on the outside lane, heading towards the start-finish line. Oh, sideways is Coleman Elmore. He saves it. What a handful that 19 car was, but it keeps the 54 in check. 2 laps to go. Can we get back to the white? Brett Bennett still in control. Youssef Golly on his outside, door to door. They go down the backstretch. Slow car, Nick Bingham is out of the way. Patterson trying to shove Golly clear. Bennett trying to get everything he's got from Elmore. They're still side by side for the race lead as they head for turn 3. Trying to side draft for all they got, trying to be on each other's doors for everything they got, for all the marbles, coming around through 3 and 4. Golly's going to have the advantage coming to the white. 1 more lap here at Daytona. Move to the outside in the background. Dylan Parker trying to start a 3rd lane. Can he get it to stick here? Bennett leading on the inside lane. Golly on the outside. The pushes are getting stronger. They're getting more fierce. The move's about to be made here. It's the time to do it. Golly is clear for the lead right now. He doesn't pull low. Bennett with help from Elmore. Patterson trying to push Golly. Coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. Is tonight the night that Brett Bennett finally breaks the streak? Shoving, pushing, it's not going to be enough. Youssef Golly clears. Youssef Golly wins the iRacing.Funny 250. Heartbreak for the 06 of Brett Bennett for what could have been. But it's Yusuf Ghali who takes home the checkered flag, and he wins the iRacing.Funny 250 for the first time in his career. It's the 54 in victory lane once again. Ghali was a winner last season at Kansas. But I'd say Daytona's a bit bigger than Kansas. He's going to come to the start-finish line, and he's about to burn it down. Cruz Auto Racing with its third straight win at Daytona. And it comes on some last-lap heroics by the 54. With the help, the push of a lifetime by Storm Patterson to get the 54 clear, to not have to look back. And Yusuf Ghali is going to burn it down on the front stretch. Your winner here at Daytona. Patterson in the grass burning out. I think Baffert is burning out as well. Dane Cruz probably doing donuts as well. Let's see. Dane Cruz is also doing donuts. The team owner is going to hit Storm Patterson. The work by Cruz Auto Racing to get out in front to win this race. Mention it, it's 3 straight wins of this race for this team. Cruz in season 14, Olsen last season, and then it's Yusuf Ghali here tonight. Take a look at your finishing results from tonight's race, the iRacing.Funny 250. It's Yusuf Ghali coming home with a checkered flag over Storm Patterson in the 81. The push coming from the 81 car pays off for Yusuf Ghali. He takes the checkered flag. He takes the checkered flag in second, just over Brett Bennett, who finishes in third. Another heartbreak for the 06 car. Yet Ben Baffert scored in fourth place after all of that. Coleman Elmore comes home in fifth in his debut tonight. Good run for the 19 team. Bridger Olson is in sixth, your defending winner for this race last season. He'll finish sixth tonight with Dane Cruz behind him in seventh. Sam Ballard a good run tonight. He'll finish eighth. Zachary Tyler all over the place, but he still reigns in a ninth place run. And then it was Dylan Parker who rounds out the top 10. Jeffrey Armistead comes home 11th. Jace LaForte back there in 12th. Keith Calhoun was talking about him all night. I was looking forward to him at the end of this, but a couple accidents kind of pushed him back, shuffled him back. It's 13th place run for the 35 machine, but keep your eye out on him. I think he'll have some more to do this season. Christian Delgado comes home 14th, and Tanner Bykowski in 15th. Matt Steiner comes home 16th. Madeline Roten in 17th, and Derek Newsom 18th. William Martin in 19th, and Joaquin Stewart comes home rounding out the top 20. And then after that, all the cars that were off the lead lap, including Bryson Bird, Nick Bingham, who flipped earlier. Enrique Cucalan comes home in 23rd. And then it just completely forgets how to do math here, because 24th should be Matthew Chastain. 25th, Robert Lukens. 26th is Gavin Austin. Then Zach Probst in 27th. 28th goes to Noah Hipp. Christopher Basher 29th. And Jaden Hopp rounds out the top 30. And then the rest of our field tonight, Davey Hendricks, Jake Umair, Jake LeBlanc, Tyler Watermullen, Austin J. McGill, Nick Wheeler, Blaine Sparling, Alan Hunt, who did not make the start, and neither did Jared Wilson. Neither driver made this field. Oh boy. Oh boy indeed. So I got to get a hold of our drivers. If I can. And you want to talk about a gut punch. That driver, the 06, Brett Bennett, just another shot of glory. But he'll come home third place. We'll see if we can catch up with him here tonight. catching up here down on pit lane with Brett Bennett. Brett, it was a hard-fought run to the end for you in the 06 machine. You led at the white flag. You come home third at the checkered flag. What was that race like for you in the 06 team, and just what are the emotions coming so close once again?
I was working with Coleman, didn't want to hang him out, and hindsight maybe should have went to the top with like 3 or 4 to go when both me and him got clear. But it was one of those where like hindsight, I thought maybe somebody would pull out. I wasn't sure if Storm was part of Yusef's team or not. I should have known he was because I thought Storm was going to pull out on Yusef coming to the line, and then the bottom would get the run. But obviously he stayed committed, which is what it is. I felt like I did everything I could do to put myself in position to win. Just cards didn't fall right, which at plate races, and that's kind of what it comes down to, is you do everything you can to put yourself in position at the end, and sometimes it falls your way, sometimes it doesn't, and I always finish second or third. So I will continue to be the Sheldon Creed of every league. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what it feels like. But you came in tonight. You had a really good run, though, to start this season. How you feeling just, having that kind of run, being able to be up there leading the laps and just, having it right there in reach?
It's a great start to the year. It's the first time in a couple seasons where I haven't gotten wrecked. I mean, last season I should have won too. Last season I definitely should have won it. That one I actually choked. This one I don't think I really did anything to lose it. I just got beat, which happens. But the puts myself in good position the rest of the season. I feel so much more comfortable in this car than the next gen car. I've had a lot of success in it in various leagues, so I'm hoping to continue that here and move forward to Rockingham next week. Put myself in a good points position to start the season, and hopefully we can keep up with that the rest of as the year goes on.
Well, Brett, it's a third place run for you tonight. Teammate, sponsor, shoutouts. What got that wheelchair bound 06 machine up to third place tonight?
Screw you. Shout out to Coleman Elmore, new member of whatever our four. I don't know if we decided on a name, but we've come up with a third team. That's a couple of people who joined tonight. Madeline wrote in, Zach Probst, Coleman Elmore, and Matthew Chastain. They were all voice chat helpful. Coleman was awesome. He pushed me, I think, probably like the last 50 laps of that race. He was on my bumper. He was very committed and did just a great job. Knew where to push, knew where to not push. Great job by him. Always shout out to Jeffrey. Unfortunately, we were down a member tonight. Michael Kruger was stuck flying to Birmingham, get delayed by all the stuff coming out of Daytona, which I know we were all at, and fortunately he got stuck. Matt Steiner, Tyler Watermelon too. Everybody else, Strictly Stats always, Braden Laster for letting me spot for him in the real world. I'm forgetting somebody on. Oh, Enrique, obviously. Enrique Kukul on Bryson Bird. Got to go through the whole list. I've added too many people to my team now. I think that's it. But if I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. Brian Smith, if he shows up in this league, Shane O'Neill. Everybody, we'll move on to next week and try to get it done at Rockingham.
Well, alrighty. It's a third place finish for Brett Bennett tonight. Heartbreak on the final lap here at Daytona. Congrats on the third place run, Brett.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And we will now go talk to our second place finisher tonight, that being the driver of the number 81 machine, or the 8 machine technically, that being Storm Patterson. Let's talk him, get him in here. It's going to be a second place run for the 881, whatever number you want to put him as. Storm Patterson comes home second tonight. A career best finish for you, Storm. First things first, congrats on the finish. What was that race like for you?
It was fun. I appreciate it. I think iRacing.Funny 250, I finished third with a no nose, so that's cool to have a third and a second in these joints. But that race was fun. Made a lot of moves. Went back to like kind of the front a bunch of times. Just a lot of fuel saving at the end, and it would have worked out, but we wrecked there towards, and things just worked out well. Me, Yusuf, and Ben lined up on the outside, 2 restarts in a row, and we got pretty good restarts on par with the 06 and I think the 19, and we just worked well together at the end, and we were able to push Yusuf to the lead, which that was the goal. So It's just a fun night overall. I don't think I really have anything to complain about. A clean night. No, it was pretty all right.
Yeah, I was going to say, I noticed you were very much active in trying to get a third lane going or working through a third lane. What was that like? Just kind of pushing to the outside lane, pushing to the top side, and just trying to make it work, or even when you made it work and got through. Just how was that tonight as you were making moves to the field?
Well, you got to get something going, right? I mean, you can sit, and I know it's people have different opinions about it, but you can sit around and not race. And in my opinion, as long as you're not being super dangerous out there, and I didn't cause any issues by going three wide, so in my books it was all right. People probably weren't the happiest with it, but I mean, these races are long. I don't race too much, so I want to have some fun. Go out here and kind of do what I want as long as I'm not being too dangerous. So I'm pretty okay with it. But yeah, no, it was fun. A lot of people just didn't want to go tonight, but then again, seems like it was pretty risky at times with certain people. Just with going to three wide, you just leave yourself super vulnerable with getting walled. It happened a few times, but it's plate racing, it happens. But it was fun. It wasn't really for any strategic reason. It was just it's a long race. I need to entertain myself somehow.
Absolutely. Well, you put on a show for yourself, and you put on a show for us up here in the booth too, Storm. But a second place run for the 8 car, 81 car, whatever number you are tonight. Teammate, sponsor, shoutouts. What got it done for you here?
Well, I'm not sure what team I'm on, but shout out the fellas. That was fun. I'm really happy Yusuf won. I was really worried. I was very close to blowing up. I'm very happy Yusuf won at the end of that race. But yeah, no, just the guys, Yusuf, Dane, all the usuals. So it was fun. Appreciate you for the broadcast, and looking forward to coming out here next week.
All right, it's a second place run tonight for Storm Patterson. His best career finish here in the Slide Job Racing. Congrats on the second place run, Storm.
Thank you, boss.
And now we will go and try to catch up with our race winner, Mr. Yusuf Ghali. Hey, Yusuf Ghali, it's Dustin now in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, well, it came down to the last couple laps. Dramatic battles back and forth, but in the end, you come away victorious and take your first career iRacing.Funny 250 win. What was that race like for you behind the wheel of the 54 car tonight?
Oh, that was a lot of fun actually. I mean, we avoided that huge wreck off the start on like lap 14 or whatever, so that was good. But after that, it was kind of just like trying to make sure we stayed clean and just not die, and then we just kind of ended up in the right spot towards the end there. But it was a lot of fun. Really fun race actually.
Yeah, you were able to make moves through the field. I know you had worked the outside lane at times too with Storm Patterson. You all kind of were like fluctuating through the field, just making those runs at the beginning. At one point, I think you and Storm both, just two of you, got up to the front, 3 wide for the lead. Just what was that like doing that during the race? Storm mentioned he was doing it just for fun, just because he was bored. But I feel like that was also testing the waters for the end of this race, just in case. Just what was that like?
Yeah, I think in the duels last week, it was pretty obvious that you weren't going to make any moves on the bottom or anything. So we were just, at least for me, I was just trying to make as much ground as possible on the top and the very, very top. And also a little bit of it was making sure that people understood I would take those holes, like if there was a gap, I was going to take it, and I wanted to make sure people knew so that they wouldn't try and close it last second. So just making sure that it was well known how people were going to race and just keeping it consistent all night.
Absolutely, but it got down to the end, those final 10 laps. It was pretty much side-by-side battling with you and Brett Bennett. Just what was that like? Just on edge the entire time, just having to hope and pray that you got that push at the end to get you across the line first.
Yeah, it was a little bit stressful because it really isn't up to us. Like it wasn't up to Brett and I. It was just trying to make sure that the guys behind us stayed as cool as possible, so they had the temp to make it. And Storm was saying that he was getting hot, like a lap and a half to go. So it was kind of just praying that he didn't blow up before the end, and he didn't. So we got it, but it was just up to keeping the temps cool at that point.
Well, it is a win for you tonight. You kick off season 16 with the win. Yusuf teammate sponsor shoutouts. We got it done for you.
I think the most obvious one's Storm. He's the main guy that got it done for us tonight. I love him. I appreciate everything he did for us there. Then obviously teammates like Dane, Ben, Bridger, Locklear, love them all. I can't wait to race with them the rest of the season.
Alrighty, it is a race win at Daytona to kick off season 16 for Yusuf Ghali. In dramatic fashion, he takes the checkered flag here at Daytona. Congrats on the win, Yusuf.
Thank you.
And so that will do it from us here tonight at Daytona. We kick off season 16 with a frantic dash to the finish. And it comes out with Yusuf Ghali taking home the checkered flag over Storm Patterson and Brett Bennett, your top 3 finishers here tonight. Congrats to those 3 on the podium run. Overall, I had fun up here in the booth. It was a really good race. There was a lot of great battles throughout the field. Near the end, it got really down to just who got the better pushes. Really it was a matter of who the second car in line was. And Brett had mentioned that Coleman Elmore, a hell of an attempt to try to get that 06 up front. He gave it his all. He did a really great job, too. He had a couple moments where he looked like he was going to wreck, and he kept control of that car and also kept the 06 in the fight. So shout out to Coleman Elmore for that. We don't interview past third place, but I definitely talked to him and definitely want to hear his side of that because he was all over the place on the bottom lane, about wrecking a couple times, but he kept it together and he gave that 06 a shot. So a big shout out to Elmore for that one. What a great debut for him tonight in the Slide Job Racing League. But that'll do it from us here at Daytona. We head tomorrow night for the NASCAR Cessna Cup Series. Their regular season finale heads to Homestead Miami Speedway. Don't want to miss that one tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. And, of course, this upcoming Thursday night, it is, of course, the Sofa Racing League, another race there on our Thursday night schedule. We are heading this Thursday to Darlington. Going to be a fun one there. Tricky track. The track too tough to tame. We'll see who can dance and win the hearts of the Lady in Black over. That's Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, next week, Slide Job Racing League Season 16 gets underway as we head next week. I want to say, race number 2, we're going to Rockingham. So we'll see how it goes at Rockingham. Short track race for this field after coming off the high banks of Daytona. Well, thank you as always to everybody who tunes in to watch these races, because if it wasn't for you, then I'd be talking to nobody. I want to thank you as always to all the drivers coming out and putting on a show, because if it wasn't for them, I'd have nothing to talk about for about 2 hours or so. And I want to thank you to everybody who helps make BRN run the way it runs, because if it wasn't for them, I would lose my freaking mind. For Dawson Allen, this is everybody signing off, saying so long, have a great rest of your night, and congrats, Yusuf Ghali, your race winner here at Daytona. Take care, everybody. Good night.